The most detailed LEGO Hogwarts Castle expands with this brand new LEGO The Great Hall set. Excuse my voice sounding a bit nasal, I have a very bad cold. Anyway, this is a very exciting LEGO set costing you about $200, which is a pretty high price for a Harry Potter set. And today we're gonna figure out if that's worth the price. This video was not sponsored by LEGO, all opinions are my own. Now let's get straight into the video. I'm loving this box design, but to be fair, most Harry Potter boxes look nice because it's really nice and colorful stuff. There's quite some action going on at the front, and the top shows all the minifigures that we can expect. The back, as usual, has some features and details the set has to offer, and not to forget, it's part of the most detailed Hogwarts castle yet. Very good stuff, let's open it up. It's actually one of those boxes that opens up like a briefcase, always love it when they do that. Inside are 16 numbered bags, a whole bunch of instruction booklets in different sizes even, and the cover art is interesting as well. Finally, there's a plastic bag with the mountain troll and some plates, along with a little sticker sheet. This looks epic as heck, let's dive straight in. As expected, first the objective information about set 76435, Hogwarts Castle the Great Hall. It came out June 1st this year as part of the new line of Harry Potter sets. It comes with 1,732 pieces and retails for €200 and dollars, 160 pounds and 300 Australian dollars. This puts its value a little over 11 cents per piece, which is not terrible, but not great. But they are a lot, and I mean a lot of large pieces. So let's check out the weight. See, that's a bit under the usual. I'm used to seeing about 15 cents. It comes with 10 minifigures, most of which are new, and one large mountain troll figure. These are the spare parts I ended up with, and why are there so many ones? The combined instruction booklets have a total of 372 pages. Now, I believe most of this version of Hogwarts to be based off the first castle of the first two movies. The Owlery set clearly was from the fourth movie, but the boathouse and this seem to be based heavily off the Philosopher's Stone. I'm assuming eventually it'll be a combination of both versions of Hogwarts, but I suppose we'll have to find out once the sets arrive. Now, let's first have a look at the minifigures included with the Great Hall. Probably the least interesting are Harry and Ron, as neither are new figures. They do the job though and are pretty much exactly as expected. The only difference in clothing is Ron's robe is open where Harry's is closed, and both have of course a secondary face on the other side. Next, we've got Hermione and Terry Boot. Hermione, like the past two guys, is not new in any way, but Terry Boot is. It's very nice to get some lesser-known Hogwarts students. He is from Ravenclaw, hence the blue color in his clothing. Both very nice figures, their secondary faces are scared, and for Hermione in particular, this makes sense because she's about to be demolished by a mountain troll. She also has the triple molded legs, which is awesome. I'm not gonna lie, before this I didn't even know these characters by name. Daphne, Greengrass and Leanne. Both new, and I'll say it again, great to have some lesser known characters in LEGO form. Their uniforms are the same as the others, with the only difference being the color of their houses on their shirts. Both come with a skirt, some triple molded legs and a secondary expression. Then the professors, first of all Dumbledore and Professor Vector, both brand new and incredible looking. Dumbledore has some stellar arm printing and they have really nice headpieces. I mean, what can I say? The quality just speaks for itself. What I find funny is that Dumbledore has a second expression even though you can't see the difference because it's covered by his beard. Amazing! The next, Professor Quirrell, brand new and great looking. He comes with his purple headband and most interestingly, his second face is Voldemort, just like in the movie. That's a super cool detail, definitely one of my favorite figures of the bunch. Then the Ghost Fat Friar, and I can't lie, I did not know this man existed before today. Trust me, I'm a Harry Potter fan, I'm just not that big of a fan, I guess. Anyway, I like the grey ghost design quite a lot here. He's the resident ghost of Hufflepuff House, the common room of which is present in the set, so that's nice. And finally, the most special of them all, the Mountain Troll. Quite a large guy, but I love the design. He actually looks so much like the one in the movie. The arms and hands can be detached, and besides those points, there's no additional posability. He does come with a little brick-built club, so he can smash the living shit out of some sinks. Honestly, great figure selection in my opinion. It's difficult to determine whether or not characters like Draco or Hagrid are missing, because obviously this set is part of a bigger series of sets, and eventually you'll have the whole collection of figs. Regardless, I think all of these are decent, and it's good to get so many new students with the Great Hall. Building this set was really great. Let me explain why. I'll start by saying if you're looking for a challenging building experience, this is not it. The whole process was very straightforward and at times simplistic even. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love that about it. There's just quite a ton of larger pieces, which also is the reason you can build it pretty fast even though it's a large structure. There is tons of color and variety. It's just really nice. Somehow I always enjoy building Harry Potter sets much more than everything else. I spent about 2.5 hours on the whole thing. It's not bad at all. It is really quite sizable, coming in at 45.5 centimeters long, 21 centimeters deep, and 41 centimeters high. My first impression of this was, wow, that is a whole lot of Great Hall. I gotta say though, right away you can tell that something is missing. It is very clear that this is part of a bigger thing, and yet I believe it still works well enough as a standalone set. It's just the lack of a tower can be felt intensely, because you're so used to seeing these kind of things with tall towers. But anyway, let's first take a look at the exterior. The whole lower section is rock, the mountain the castle is sitting on. It's not very detailed, but these larger rock pieces help to make it look a little bit more naturally shaped. At the very bottom is water, recreated with the earth blue color, similarly to the boathouse. There are some little tiny pine trees added to the sides. I love this design, it's so simple but so effective. And it adds a nice splash of color along with the sand green accents, supposedly to create some mossy type vibes. The quite obvious staircase here leads up to the courtyard, and this is where you can actually attach the boathouse set. A boat would come in, you'd get out, walk up the stairs, and go to the courtyard. Really nice. I'm so excited to add more sets to this in the future. It's amazing. Anyway, let's talk about that courtyard. It looks near identical to the real thing as far as that's possible at this scale. Really well done. I love the smooth, slope pieces on top. It looks clean as heck. We've got loads of windows on the sides, and the endless tan colors occasionally broken up with some medium brown accents. This happens all over the building. Here are the doors leading you into the Great Hall, and right above is a clock and all the crikeys on a stick. What a fantastically printed Lego piece. This, I love it! Anyway, this is a simple little section, but it works like a charm. Then we have the Great Hall itself. Quite majestic looking, if I must say, and big, especially since it's high up on the ground due to the rocks below. Lots of windows sit on the side. This was probably the only slightly repetitive bit of building, but clicking those windows in was super satisfying, so I'm not too bothered. We've got lots and lots of little pointy thingies along the base of the roof, and the roof itself looks great. Simple, but great. The tiny little windows are done quite cleverly, using these sand green cheese slopes to create tiny little roofs. And at the very top of the roof are some more pointy tower elements, making the whole structure come together quite nicely. Finally, below, we've got this ridge fence kind of thing all around the hall, allowing space for an epic battle between Dumbledore and Gandalf. On the back is a giant window with a whole lot of windows again, and well, that is the Great Hall from the outside. I have little to none to complain about this. That makes it sound like I want to complain. I promise that's not true. Just a very solid design and represents the real Great Hall just beautifully. Now let's go and spin it around and check the equally impressive interior. From top to bottom, inside the tower on top is what I assume is the Philosopher's Stone, and feel free to misplace or lose it because there's a spare one included. Below that is a sticker of the Hogwarts crest, not a print, sadly. The inside of the roof is super cool. They added the night sky effect that's often going on in Hogwarts. We have a dark blue sky with little clouds and a moon right here. I love it. It's so much better than just a boring gray roof. We also get the floating candles, an absolute must for the whole, and can I just say, it looks great. It just looks great. The trans clips work perfectly to give it that floating effect. Solid, good. I like it. Then on the walls are the Hogwarts house banners, which unfortunately, but understandably, are stickers. They all look great, but I do feel like the Hufflepuff one should have either been a lighter shade of yellow, or the brick underneath should have been the flame yellow color instead. It's a bit of a color mismatch, but it is what it is, unfortunately. Then we have the dinner tables. In the movie we get 4 rows, but it makes sense to have 2 in such a narrow space. This obviously is not minifigure scale anyway. On the tables is a whole bunch of food, some salad looking things, some desserts, possibly some red velvet cake with cream, and some chicken for good old Dumbledore. You can put all the figures in here, which is great, but the benches just being tiles looks a bit meh. It makes sense because the short-legged figures can't sit, but still, I don't know. As a whole though, this room does look pretty great and most of all colorful. Despite its minor flaws, I'm a big fan of it. Now if we move one story down, we're seeing a bunch of rooms. Let me first show this without the rooms inside, as you can pull them out and in like so. In and out, like so. Very convenient. In fact, if you buy the Potions class set, you can also slide that inside here as well, which is a cool bit of compatibility. Anyway, without them in here, it's quite boring. These rock pieces being hollow on the inside doesn't really look fantastic here, but hey, you're meant to have these rooms inside anyway. They did put some stickers on the inside of large surfaces here, but those get covered up, so I'm not really sure if those were necessary. Looks fine though. In the middle, you can add the little Hogwarts hallway. It features 4 collectible portraits, so these are different for everyone. I got these 4, none of which I already had, so that's good. At the end is a little bit of a staircase leading up to a secret entrance. This section on the outside can be opened up like so, just a fun little gimmick the set comes with. Also, do you know what this room is a reference to? First person gets it right in the comments gets a cookie. I totally didn't say that because I myself actually have no idea what the hell this is. Then on the right we have the Hufflepuff common room. At first I must say, in general, I hate that there's no walls on this and the bathroom. It makes you see straight onto the walls of those rocks. I pointed out it doesn't look all that appealing. The rest of the little room I do like. We've got some furniture with dessert, a pen and ink to write, whatever this is, maybe some potion recipe. It sits on a black and yellow carpet, the Hufflepuff colors of course. There's a fireplace with yet another portrait on top. I mean, yeah, it's a cozy little room. And it can open up like so, allowing for potentially some more playability. I just really miss the walls. When it sits inside there, it looks a tad messy, especially towards the back. The same can be said for the bathroom. However, the design of the sink, ladies and gentlemen, the one on the other side is destroyed. Guess who's responsible for that? And we get a toilet stall. Lego toilet stall is now canon. The walls over here are loosely attached, so you can recreate the scene where the mountain troll wreaks havoc on this little interior. I also really appreciate the mirror stickers. I personally have never seen those before. On its own, it's a very nice little room. Inside of the set, again, I miss the walls. I'm sorry if I keep bringing it up. But hey, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Hogwarts Castle Great Hall, and I love it. The good makes up for the bad, and since I am more of a display type person, the interior not having walls doesn't really matter much, as it won't be visible anyway. Now, as far as the comparison goes, if we compare this section to the Hogwarts in the real thing, you can tell it's truly spot on exterior-wise. The courtyard looks nearly identical. The shaping and angles of the roof, identical. I'm actually really surprised a playset like this is so accurate. Super good stuff over here. Maybe the shaping of the rocks below isn't very super spot on, but hey, who cares? It's rocks. As far as stability and build quality goes, you have no issues picking this up whatsoever. It's super strong, has a good grip to it as well. You just have to make sure not to tilt it back, because those rooms in the back will yeet the hell out as soon as they get the chance. Other than that, super sturdy, zero complaints here. Overall, a very exciting and most of all surprising set. I didn't expect to be so excited about something like this. Now let us go ahead and take a look at the pros and cons. Pros and cons! First off, the design is awesome, accurate without being too painful to build. Some really nice and new unique figures are included, with the highlight being the mountain troll. I love this guy. And finally, I believe it comes at a very fair price. Yes, the price per piece may be a bit high, but in my opinion that is completely irrelevant here. You get lots of large pieces and the weight proves this. Besides, it is big. The end result is just really big. For cons, some of the interior is slightly jarring. I really wanted walls in there. And if for some reason you have a burning hatred for stickers, well, there are some stickers in this set, so I guess consider that. I couldn't care less personally, but oh well, there it is. If you've been hesitant about getting into Lego Harry Potter like I have been, I feel like this is as good a time as ever. This really feels like a golden age for Lego Harry Potter. Each time also I find myself enjoying these kind of sets much more than Star Wars sets, even though I'm a much bigger Star Wars fan. Although nowadays that is slowly becoming more and more challenging. I can't wait to see what's next for this line of sets, but then I guess for today that is pretty much it. If you enjoyed this video, make very sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell not to miss a single future video, then I hope I'll see you in the next one. Oh, this is bad. Ugh, disgusting.